you went there first because that looks delicious.
This is over 4 pounds.
I like that you closed the oven door with 1 foot.
With the foot, that's the the chef technique.
Yeah.
So this is a silicone bake board, but it has a metal frame. So I'm holding over 4 pounds of chicken cheese sauce, and I intentionally made this cheese nice and crispy because A, I know you like it, but B, I wanted to show you the non-stick properties. So follow me here with this tray. We're gonna come over here and I'm gonna attempt, if I can, to not spill this, but I'm gonna go over my pasta. Now watch that chicken. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I got the entire batch of chicken, and look at the silicone here, okay? Cheese, sauce, chicken, and I'm just taking a rag.
And cheese that was a little crispy around
A little
the edges.
crispy, but notice how the board, I'm just taking a wet rag. This could go right into the dishwasher. Look at the board here. Nothing sticks. It's completely clean. Now there's some nice crispy cheese for you to eat. Durable.
Would you look at this?
Yeah.
It looks like bacon.
I love it. What do you think? By the way, that chicken's edible, so if you want to eat after here, we made that for you.
Really yummy.
Isn't that good? Little cheese and sauce, nice and crispy.
Cheese and sauce that is crisped up. Yeah. You get 2 of these boards. So the boards are 15.6 inches by 11.7, so they're 15 by 11.
Yep.
Almost 16 by 12.
So if you want to do one of those fancy barks, you melt the chocolate, do all your colorings, but notice how this bark literally comes right off the silicone. So whether it's brittle, it's chocolate strawberries, nothing sticks to the silicone. It's a naturally non-stick.
Well, last week I would have called it Easter bark.
Easter bark, yeah, exactly.
This week I will call it spring bark.
Yeah. And you know what's amazing about these boards, they're heat safe to 450 degrees. So that means you can go right into the oven, and that metal frame, don't be fooled, it's flexible silicone, but that thick metal frame, I'm holding a 5-pound chicken. So I roasted my vegetables, I roasted my chicken, I did it all on this tray, and it's able to support it. Now you see underneath it does bow a little, but that's the durability of that frame, but also the flexibility of using silicone so that nothing sticks. This is one of my trays at home, okay? This is what they wind up looking like.
Most of us have trays that look like this.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, it doesn't matter that it's all beat up. Yes, it does.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like...
Because at some point it's going to take on those burned on, baked on places that are a mess. Now, we have color choices.
Oh, yes.
Set of 2. We have this in the crimson red. Oh, thank you for the .com. Then we have it midnight blue. And then we have steel gray. Delightful.
How's that chicken?
That chicken parm crispy cheese and sauce is the bomb diggity.
Yeah, and you know what? Cooking with cheese in the oven, if it's on a sheet pan, like I just showed you, you get that burnt on, impossible to clean. So anything you're doing with cheese, whether it's nachos, the chicken parm, warming up pizza, you now know that the silicone is going to release and everything is going to come off. Throw it in the dishwasher.
Is that more chocolate bark?
This is chocolate bark. This is more of a classic nut chocolate bark. But check this out. Watch the way, I'm going to hold this up vertical. Watch the way this literally peels. The entire piece peels off of the silicone. So you know why bakers absolutely love silicone? Because it's able to not only brown and evenly cook, but when you're cooking things like croissants, cookies, are you going back to the cheese?
How did this end up in my hand again?
I love it.
I don't know how. I don't know how this ended up in my hand
That's
again.
Atkins friendly right there.
I mean, this is nothing but cheese and sauce.
Cheese and sauce.
Now, trust me, I won't put my whole face in there. I want to eat everything on the platter, but the pasta is probably something I should avoid.
Yeah, you didn't lose, and that's the thing, you don't lose any of that cheese to the pan. It doesn't stick to the pan. The silicone is going to cook evenly. It's heat safe in the oven to 450, but all the food releases, and then this thick frame around the edge allows you now to put heavier things like that whole chicken, so it's stirrable, so it can go on its own into the oven, or if you want, you can put it on a tray.
Here's something I want you to see.
Yeah.
Bottoms of the cookies.
Perfect.
Are they golden brown delicious? Are they GBD?
Exactly.
Golden brown delicious? I would like to take credit for GBD, but that was Chef Nate Collier.
Nate Collier, that's right. I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm hoping he'll be back soon, but this is lovely. These cookies are cooking very evenly.
Exactly.
on these baking boards.
Yeah, and I always mention this. So when you're using silicone, as soon as I take this out of the oven, the silicone loses its heat, and that's actually a good thing because then you don't overcook your baked goods. A metal pan holds the heat, and sometimes it keeps cooking whatever's on it. I like the fact that while it's in the oven, it cooks perfectly. As soon as you take it out, it kind of slows that down so you don't overcook.
Silicone doesn't hold the heat.
Yes, that's what I love about it.
Many times when I bake cookies, I'll take them off the metal baking sheet and I'll put them on a cookie cooling rack because I want them to stop cooking.
Yeah.
Because they can get too crispy on the bottom. I like cookies that are softer. These are delightful. I had to put that one cookie down because it was about to crumble.
Yeah.
This is very, very important. And if you've got old
Look at this
pans that look like this, now raise your hand, be honest.
We all have them.
If your baked pans look like you tied a rope to it and drug it behind your car, it's time for new ones.
And by the way, this is what I love. So maybe you still want to keep this to use as a base. Well, guess what? You put this on top of not that it can't go in the oven alone, but you put this on top of that old beat up and now you have a nice, clean, pristine surface. So if you want to bake on this, you're not picking up all the oils and burnt things from what you cooked on it. So now it also makes this pan like brand new again. It's almost like its own liner as well.
Oh, these are incredible. And we have been doing silicone baking boards for years in various brands. But this is Technique. Technique is a brand you can only find here at QVC,
Correct.
yes?
Correct. So it's a combination of 20 years of experience. The buyers, chefs like myself.
Now, if I don't want to wipe this clean, can I put this in the dishwasher?
Right into the dishwasher. In fact, you can put this on the bottom rack in the dishwasher with your plates, which is what I do. But I just show how, all that burnt cheese and sauce, it looks like I didn't even use the board. It's completely clean. So you could wipe it clean, but I throw them right in the dishwasher. They fit right next to the large plates on the bottom.
Why not?
Yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. I have loaded the dishwasher in my kitchen this week, 3 times.
Yeah, ours is running all the time with 2
all
kids.
the time.
Home at the house.
It's right. I'd put my shoes in the dishwasher if I could.
If you could dry them.
Whatever. Any port in a storm. This is really important. Now, we have these in the steel gray. We have the set of 2 in the midnight blue and the set of 2 in the crimson red. I would strongly encourage you to pick those up. I might have a little more of that cheese.
I knew you'd like that.
On my.
Take care, David.
Before I go over here and join Jen Kovich. Jen, did you want some cheese?